Ahoy! So, the day has finally arrived. Saltzpyre's new career, and I've been very fucking excited for this, guys. So, we're going to have a quick go over of what we've actually got with this update, apart from him looking absolutely fucking amazing. So, obviously, it's career day, and Saltzpyre's finally gotten his fucking update. And honestly, I'm pretty impressed with it. So far, he looks awesome. But it's not all just about looks. So let's have a look what we actually get with this. So we've got 6 new weapons. We've got the Flail and Shield, the Holy Great Hammer, which is a two-handed hammer. He's finally got himself some dual hammers. So, but these work exactly like Bardin's. Quite an interesting one, which is the Skull Splitter and Blessed Tome. He's got quite a cool charge ability on it. And also, it looks pretty fucking cool as well. What else have we got? We have got the Skull Splitter and Shield, which works pretty much like all other hammers and shields, though it's got a nicer attack profile than most of the other maces and shields in the game. And we've also got the one-handed mace, which is, from what I can see, has the exact same profile as all other one-handed maces. So as you can see, I've picked 4 that I wanted to play with and pumped them up to red. And the build I'm going to go for looks a bit like this. So we've picked... Well, let's have a look at his fucking passives first, shall we? Before I jump into that. Saltzpyre gains Fury when enemies die nearby. On reaching 100% Fury, he briefly enters a Righteous Fury. God, fucking hell, lots of Furies. And his attacks smite the enemy for 20% of weapon damage. Saltzpyre loses Fury while out of combat. So this is it's quite an aggressive career. And his F ability, Shield of Faith. Saltzpyre imbues himself or an ally with a shield, rendering them immune to damage for 5 seconds. Upon expiring, the shield explodes, inflicting damage on nearby enemies. Hold to target an ally. That's pretty good. You just turn them into a living bomb. Enemy of Chaos. 30% bonus power to Chaos Warriors and Beastmen Standard Bearers. That's quite nice. So, yeah, paired with hammers, you're just going to tear through them. Incorruptible, 100% curse resistance. That's actually really cool. That means you can do something nice with it. Oh, I can finally stop saying just if you're going into Cataclysm, change the curses to stamina recovery. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy. Impalpable. Damage dealt to Saltzpyre is reduced by 20%. A further 20% of incoming damage is dealt to Saltzpyre over 3 seconds. Saltzpyre cannot be killed by damage dealt by impact. Okay. So, if any WoW players out there, think Brewmaster Monk. It's a stagger mechanic, so Brewmaster, yeah. Otherwise, it's a dot damage, basically. If you're not, if you're not a WoW player and aware of how the Brewmaster works, it's basically a portion of damage is given to you as a dot instead of taking it straight away. It's fairly fucking cool. So this is a very, very tanky spec, which is nice because Saltzpyre didn't have one. So let's go through and have a look at the talents and what they do. So Eternal Vigilance, staggering enemies with a melee attack, grants temporary health gain based on staggering strength. Pretty standard. Damaging multiple enemies in one swing with a melee weapon grants temporary health, max 5 enemies. Again, standard. Healing yourself with a first aid kit or a healing draft also heals your nearby allies for 20% of their maximum health and clears all wounds. Standard. Rogue level 10. Striking 3 enemies in a single attack halves the cost of pushing for 4 seconds. It's alright, not great. Rising Judgment hits increase the power of the next charge attack by 8%, max 5 stats. This is quite good. That's pretty much why I picked it, because I'm going to try out the two-handed hammer and dual hammers for the Warrior Priest. And Sigmar's Executioner. Killing an elite enemy grants 5% critical strike chance for 12 seconds and stacks up to 3. Smiter is the same as it is on every other character. I'm not going to read through them. Divine Excoriation? I can't fucking read. Pushing during Righteous Fury sends out a holy shockwave around Victor staggering nearby enemies. That's pretty sexy. Empowered Smite. Smite now triggers after 1 second. Grants increased stagger strength and deals 40% of the attack damage. That's pretty cool. From Fury, Fortitude. Each kill during Righteous Fury restores health to the party based on the health of the slain enemy. Oh, that's really nice. So he's kind of like a cleric. Prayer of Vengeance blesses the party with 35% increased critical strike damage. That's pretty sexy. Prayer of Might blesses the party with 25% increased stagger power, and Prayer of Hardiness blesses the party with 15% increased max health. That's generally going to be a kind of go-to pick for Legend and Cata, I think. Unyielding Blessing. Shield of Faith now lasts 8 seconds and allows the target to trample through lesser enemies. That's quite funny. United in Prayer. Shield of Faith always affects Saltzpyre as well. So you'll always be using it on someone else, but you get affected by it as well. That's quite nice. And the Comet's Gift. Shield of Faith now revives and heals an amount equal to all damage suffered for the last 3 seconds. There's going to be some really fucking weird things you can do with this. I love it. So, as I mentioned earlier, you don't need curses this time, so I'm going to switch out. You can see how fucking much I pay attention. There you go. Look, I can finally use a crit stamina trinket. It's my dream come true. Right, we'll have a bit of a more look of the weapons now. Go in a little bit more in depth with them. So, I've rolled my weapons how they should be, so I'll just leave them up on the screen while I give you a bit of a rundown on them. So the Holy Great Hammer, you can use it on the Zealot and the Warrior Priest. The basic stat of it is 6 stamina, 3 shields, 100% dodge distance, and 2 dodge counts. Push block, same as normal weapon. Crit chance, light attack 3, heavy attack 1, have 10% extra crit chance. Mass modifier, light attack 3, and all heavy attacks have tank. Additional notes, light attack 2, light attack 3, all heavy attacks do not get stopped by cleave resistant units, for example, armoured units. Has a single target special attack, sharing the damage profile with a push attack. Has a single target special attack that shares the damage profile with push attack. Fair enough. Go and have a look. The Holy Great Hammer is a well-rounded two-handed weapon. Unlike the Kruber Bard and Great Hammer, the Holy Great Hammer has not just amazing horde control, but also horde clear speed. Its single target combo also comes out quicker and with very little movement slow effect. That's quite nice. During the combo, it also inherits other characteristics of regular Great Hammer, has an amazing damage against armoured enemies, pretty much as you can see from the talents we've gone through. Especially super armor, though it still suffers a bit from two-handed weapon dodge capability. You know, two-handed weapons is what they do. And its moveset is not as straightforward as the regular Great Hammer. It requires a bit of finagling to use effectively. So the pros of this, it's got good cleave, good crowd control, really good single target damage against armor. But the cons are it's got really low dodge, its monster DPS is quite low. Great Hammer special attack, the default mouse 5 is a quick single target attack, sharing the damage profile with a push attack. Use it to reset your attack combo back to the first light attack of the first heavy attack. Fair enough, but for some reason mine doesn't want to work, even though I've got it set to mouse button 5. Let's have a quick look. Okay, options, key bindings, weapon special. Oh, I've set it to C, that's why. Oh, there you go. That would be why I couldn't get it to work. Mouse button 5. So I've got mine set to C, but yours by default will be mouse button 5. And if you can't find it, just go into key bindings, and it is, yeah, weapon special, just so set it to whatever is convenient for you. Right. So I've got the paired skull splitters next. I'll have a quick rundown of what they do. I'll just show you what I've got rolled on mine. So the Zealot can use these as well, and the Warrior Priest, 8 stamina, 4 shields, 115% dodge distance, 3 dodge counts, same as normal weapons. There's no extra crit on these though. Mass modifier, light attack 1, light attack 2, light attack 3, heavy 2, heavy 3, all have tank. This weapon is an exact copy of Bardin's dual hammers. It's an all-round dual weapon with no obvious downside. It has an amazing horde clear speed and crowd control ability. Farming temporary health per second is extremely fast in these. And paired skull splitters will have access to good and fast single target damage. High stamina, good dodge, and easy to move technique. The only downside that barely counts is its killing speed against sort of mass elites, but even then you can utilize your high movability and stamina count to turn the fight into your favor. Pros: high mobility and defense, good dodge, high crowd control, and horde DPS, good single target damage. Cons: the single target DPS cap is quite low. So pretty much Bardin's hammers. And let's switch out to them. They do look fucking cool though. So that second light attack seems to be, doesn't seem to hit where you want it to hit. So I think that's going to take some looking into. Alright, let's have a look at the Flail and Shield. This is one I was actually looking forward to quite a lot. So it can only be used by the Warrior Priest. It's got 8 stamina, 4 shields, 115% dodge distance, 3 dodge count, block push ability, same as all other shields, no extra crit, mass modifier on light 1, 2, push attack, and all heavy attacks have tank. Additional notes: light attack 4, 5, all heavy attacks do not get stopped by cleave resistant units again. So, for example, armored units, and they damages 3 shields. While charging heavy attack or holding left click after a full charge, heavy attack can block incoming attacks like normal blocks. Pretty sweet. Flail and shield is closer to the regular flail than a normal shield weapon. All its attacks beside the shield bash have the same damage profile as the normal flail. And similar to the Bretonian longsword, while charging or holding left click after a full charge attack, you can block incoming attacks and release your heavy attack at any time. It even has higher single target DPS than Flail, thanks to light attack 1 and 2 being the overhead attack. The only downside compared to Flails is the loss of 1 dodge count, which is very minimal considering that you still have the same dodge distance. On the other hand, the similarity between Flail and Shield and the regular shields are less present. While still having shield strong block and shield strong push, it doesn't have quick access to a shield bash. Only has a weaker version inside of its light attack chain. It also has access to 1 less stamina shield compared to regular shields. So down from 5 to 4. As a result, Flail and Shield perform better with temporary health on cleave talent rather than stagger, and should be used to utilise the Flail part more. Overall, a good crowd control weapon with decent damage and strong defence. So its pros are high dodge among shields, good single target damage, high crowd control, good horde clear, and damaging through shields. Though the cons are monster DPS and DPS caps are fairly low, and doesn't have access to a quick shield bash. So I'll just show you what that means. That's where your shield bash is. So 1, 2, and then 3. Though, it is pretty fucking cool. And I think this bad boy will be seeing a bit more playtime now. And let's have a look at Skull Splitter and Blessed Tome. This is one I'm still trying to work out. I'm not quite sure how to utilise this properly. So as you can see, I've not upgraded the Skull Splitter and Shield, or just the standard Skull Splitter, because it's just a mace and shield and a mace. I'm not going to bother with those at the moment. So let's have a look at the Skull Splitter and the Blessed Tome. So it's only accessible to the Warrior Priest. It has 6 stamina and 3 shields. Its dodge distance is 120%, and it's got a 3 dodge count, so it's block push ability, same as normal weapons. Crit chance. So light attack 1 and 2 have 10% extra crit, and the mass modifier is all light attacks and push attacks have tank. And the charging mechanic, both heavy attack have 2 levels of charge. You can charge these attacks by either holding mouse left button for a short period of time like normal weapons, or pressing special attack. So you can hold it, or you can press mouse button 5, and that just charges it and lets you hold it in the book. That's me holding C, and when I'm ready for it, I can obviously miss and fuck it up. So hold down C, and then heavy attack to unleash it. That's pretty cool. I like that. Need to work out what stats it is. So don't pay any attention to the stats on this at the moment. This thing is not rolled properly. While pressing special attack, heavy attack, special attack charge speed can be increased by attack speed. After the heavy attacks are changed to charge to the second level, the pattern on the book will be fully glowing. Unlike other weapons, you don't need to fully charge the heavy attacks to the second charge in one go, so you can charge this over time if you want to. Switching weapons items does not lose the charge progress. 2 different Skull Splitters and Blessed Tome have separate charging processes. Okay, so I can charge this up, switch these, have a bit of that, pull back out, and yep, still got it. Just leave my shield on. I'm so glowy. Okay, we'll just have a quick look at Skull Splitters and Blessed Tome is an interesting weapon with a lot of unique mechanics related to its 2 heavy attacks. The full charge, heavy attack 1, so heavy stab, is mostly served as a move tech and a gap closing tool. It applies a weak stagger, so a light push level, to enemies on your charging path and does not provide dodge state during lunging. So it's not recommended to be used during horde fights because you'll get yourself twatted, or high threat situations, or even trying to catch up with hook rats, assassin rats that are targeting you, as they will most likely just split your wig, basically. Though you can right click to cancel the lunge, the stagger and damage of the direct hit does increase when fully charged, and able to stagger elites, running attack and storm vermin overhead without investment, so that's nice. But it is not worth the charging time for the DPS purposes. Okay, so it's more of a just a fuck stuff up ability. The fully charged heavy attack 2 heavy slam is the most useful offensive tool for the Skull Splitter and Blessed Tome in most situations. It's similar to Sienna's flaming flail heavy slam attack or a high damage shield bash. Apply stagger and deal damage to a group of enemies, while one enemy would take the higher damage stagger. However, compared to Flaming Flail, Shield Bash, the Skull Splitter and Blessed Tome does not have a very high stagger power. It is enough to stagger Horde and Elite's running attacks, but won't be able to cancel Elite's overhead attacks. And in order to get a fully charged Heavy Slam, you need to light attack, push, and attack once. And then fully charge your Heavy, which is fairly slow in real combat scenarios, and it can leave the player vulnerable. Okay, so it's going to be a bit tricky to use. Overall, Skull Splitter and Blessed Tome is a utility weapon that has a lot of unique mechanics with okay damage output, and should be paired with another all-rounder weapon that helps you to perform better in tight situations. So the pros of it are high dodge, unique moveset, and good move tech. Cons: heavy attack requires a long charge time to be effective and leaves you very vulnerable. So that's pretty much his more unique weapons. I'll be doing further builds, no doubt, on the Warrior Priest of Sigmar over the next few days, and no doubt I'll be live streaming some proper gameplay footage tonight. This is more of a heads up of what's coming and, you know, what the fuck he does. So, until later tonight, guys, I shall catch you all later. I really hope this guide helps you, and I shall see you all again soon. So, see you later.